Angeles Rams, the rich get richer here, and this Ram team, they're trying to make a serious run at winning the Super Bowl this season. So now they pick up Odell Beckham on a contract here this Tristan. And Odell Beckham, in my opinion, his best days are behind him. He's not going to put up numbers, obviously, like he did with the New York Giants the first 3-4 seasons of his career. But right here, Schefter's reporting the deal is done. He's going to be a Ram, and reports came out early in the week that he wanted to be on a contender. And obviously no one claimed him. They didn't want to pay the rest of that big contract. So now he joins a team here with Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, obviously, Van Jefferson, and now him. So Beckham, in my opinion, he's the third best receiver on this team. Obviously, Cooper Kupp's having an amazing season this year. Best wide receiver in pro football and fantasy football, no doubt about it, for this year. Robert Woods, we know he's a speedy guy who could use as a gadget guy as well in this Ram offense, and a very good route runner and possession receiver that gets a lot of options a game. So right here, Beckham, he's still going to get a lot of snaps, in my opinion, with this team, but he's more the third option on this team, like Antonio Brown is to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, with Chris Godwin, obviously, and Mike Evans ahead of him. So right here, this offense is very scary, no doubt about it. To have Van Jefferson as your fourth wide receiver on your roster, to go with Kupp, obviously, Woods, and Beckham, that is just some wide receiving core right there for this team. So right here, the Rams, they wanted to improve on the offense, and they wanted to get another playmaker. Right here, Beckham, he don't cost them anything here, obviously, because they didn't claim him off waivers. So right here, it's going to be an interesting race towards the end of the season. The Rams and the Arizona Cardinals, who are loaded at wide receiver as well. But as far as an impact for football and fantasy football, Odell Beckham, he's not going to play as many snaps as he did in Cleveland and New York, in my opinion, unless they're going to run tons of 3 wide receiver sets over there in Los Angeles. But right here, he's one of the better quarterbacks that he's played with in his career. I think Stafford's better thrower than Baker Mayfield. He's better than Daniel Jones, obviously. And Eli Manning and Beckham, no doubt about it, had a great connection. But Matthew Stafford has a better deep ball than Eli Manning did. And right here, Beckham, the last few seasons, the numbers have definitely dropped, and the injuries have also been a concern. So far this year, in 6 games for him, 34 targets, 17 catches, 232 yards with no touchdowns. And last season, we know he got hurt early in the year, and his season was cut short. But right now, they don't got to rely on him as their number one receiver, obviously, is Los Angeles. And it's just a luxury for them to sign him up to their roster here. But right now, Beckham's owned in 77% of fantasy leagues. And I'm sure in the 23% of leagues he's not owned, many owners are going to run to the wire and the free agent pool in their leagues and pick him up. But right here, Beckham, he's still a decent talent. He still can make some plays. He wanted out of Cleveland. He got his wish granted. And now let's see if he's on his best behavior and putting in the hard work here, obviously, with this Los Angeles Ram roster, because Sean McVay, very good offensive mind. Matthew Stafford having a great season in this offense. And right here, Beckham could be a big part of it, or he could be a bust. But right now, fantasy owners, you're going to keep Beckham on your roster, but put him on the bench for now and see what happens. I don't expect him playing this week here for this Los Angeles Ram team on Monday Night Football at San Francisco. But I know right now there is still some time before that game. It's only Thursday, but I doubt he plays. And if he does, it'll be in a limited role. So Odell Beckham latches on with a new team, and we heard the reports early in the week that he wanted to go to a contender, and obviously he goes to one of the best teams in all of pro football with the Rams. So the Rams, they're going for it all with the Von Miller trade last week, and now adding a piece like Beckham to their offense to be their third receiver on the roster. So Odell Beckham signs with the Rams, and we'll see what kind of impact he has for the Rams and fantasy owners for the remainder of the season.